I got your bitch. Sitting down the goddamn corner doing dope. Sitting down the goddamn corner doing dope. Sitting down the goddamn corner doing dope. Corner doing dope. They are to be ashamed. Sitting down the goddamn corner doing dope. Sitting down the goddamn corner doing dope. Sitting down the goddamn corner doing dope. Corner doing dope. Goddamn right, bitch. Look at here. There you go. They're out here sharing marijuana. Look at here. There you go. The same old nasty ass people from last week. Corner doing dope. Corner doing dope. Corner doing dope. Corner doing dope. Goddamn corner doing dope. Corner doing dope. Corner doing dope. Goddamn right, bitch. Sitting down the goddamn corner doing dope. Sitting down the goddamn corner doing dope. Sitting down the goddamn corner doing dope. Corner doing dope. 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 Goddamn right, bitch. Goddamn right, bitch. Goddamn right, bitch. Goddamn right, bitch. Corner doing dope. 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 Sitting down the goddamn corner doing dope. Sitting down the goddamn corner doing dope. Sitting down the goddamn corner doing dope. Corner doing dope. Goddamn right, bitch. Look at here. There you go. They're out here sharing marijuana. Look at here. There you go. The same old nasty ass people from last week. Corner doing dope. Corner doing dope. Corner doing dope. Corner doing dope. Goddamn corner doing dope. Corner doing dope. Corner doing dope. Goddamn right, bitch. Sitting down the goddamn corner doing dope. Sitting down the goddamn corner doing dope. Sitting down the goddamn corner doing dope. Corner doing dope. 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 Goddamn right, bitch. Goddamn right, bitch. Goddamn right, bitch. Goddamn right, bitch. Corner doing dope. 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 Corner doing dope.
Make it clap.
Go!
Make it clap.
Live from the BiffNet Studios World Headquarters in Spring, Texas, it's Barry on Deck, hosted by former ESPN Houston radio host and stand-up comedian Barry Laminack, starring Oliver the Cat, written by Barry Laminack, produced by Barry Laminack, directed by, you guessed it, Barry Laminack, featuring sports, entertainment, special guests, film sessions, and some drinking. Okay, a lot of drinking. Viewer discretion is advised. And now, here's your host, Barry Laminack.
What's up, you damn dirty deckheads? Welcome to Barry on Deck. I am your host, Barry Laminack. Thank you guys for being here. Today is Thursday. Yeah, January 15th, 2026. And this is episode number 1031 of this little raggedy ass show. Welcome to the show, welcome to the program. Hey, hello, hi, how you doing? Hope you're good. Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? He's back! That's right, we do it once again. It's like suspects on deck type shit going on here, and I'm loving it. Welcome back, Joel.
Hey, good to be back, Barry. I don't remember if I used headphones or not yesterday, but I'm going without them for right now.
Oh, really? Is there a particular reason? That's going to make it interesting.
Oh, well, then I'll put them in.
You just don't want to hear me or what?
I mean, that's normally the case on most days, and depending on the irritation level, without ointment, yeah. Hey, well, look, guess what? Because I'm all about the people, and I guess trying to appease you in that introduction that you put me through.
If you can
there we go.
Look, and there all we go. Shit, then it don't matter.
Joy to the world for all the boys and girls. Here we are. Oh, look at me getting closer again, and then pulling back, and then getting crazy. Okie dokie.
Oh my goodness. Well, look, it's not a show if you and I don't start it the right way. So at this point, I am going to let you take over and hit them with how we always kicked off the show.
What up, H-Town? Hey, how we doing?
It is. Now it's a show. Now we can start. Look, man.
Oh, well, you know what happened? One of your 85 executive producers, one that we both know, had to be the one that had to direct you in that direction because we all know.
Yep. Oh, it's
Day
so
one
funny.
Donna is executive VP.
Dude, it's crazy because I didn't even see her post that, actually. I was just like, we always have to start with it. So that's crazy. Great minds think alike. Donna, good job. So let's say what's up to the chat real quick. Let's see who's in early. B. Shuit, what's up, Awake Reaper? Donna, my sweet Donna's here. AJB is in the building. What's up? Total Dallas. Who else is on the YouTube?
B. Hannon, Lone Ranger, Dr. Dre, my boy. Love it all.
Yep, those are all checking in on Twitch. I saw some other ones. Yeah, Lone Ranger. Let's see. Donna's on Twitch. Jet on Twitch. Dr. Dre 290. Robert Likes Beer is here. Holy shit. The king himself, Robert Likes Beer. PB Dubs is in the building. What's up, dog? Potch is here. One of our moderator extraordinaires. I think we got a CC. What's up, CC? Good to see you. Alex Villanueva.
Oh, yeah. Look at that.
Gang's
The
all
CNC
here.
Cowgirl Factory. Yeah.
That's fantastic. The CNC Cowgirl Factory. Got to be your new name. CC, you got to change your name now. I know you want to keep it Queen Bee Spice. Nope.
You're
Not
late
anymore.
to the party. I've been calling her that for quite a while.
Have you? Yeah, she's got to change it now. That's fantastic. She said, I'll allow it. CC allows it. You're good to go, brother. All right, we got a lot to get to because we didn't get to half the shit we wanted to yesterday. The time just flies when you and I hang out and do a show. So
maybe we should do it more consistently.
well, you know, so we've got a lot of sports, but you know, I always like to warm the people up. I don't like to start with sports, and I know you don't like to either. So one of the things we were going to get to yesterday that we didn't get to was, and I didn't see this, so you're going to have to walk me through this, but apparently someone hit the Be Someone Bridge or some shit like that.
Yeah, the Houston Avenue Bridge seems to be taking a beating over the last several years. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it's the Be Someone Bridge. And it's like, you have to ask yourself, can you be someone safe on the roads? Can you be someone that doesn't hit a bridge? Because I gotta believe, especially, and Dre can chime in on this because Dre drives an 18 wheeler, and you know, if Pookie's available, he can chime in too. But you know the height of your vehicle, and you have to figure out when you are on any thoroughfare that is a major highway or artery, you got to realize what you can and can't do instead of going, you know, it's going to be tight, but I think I can pull this off. Like, really?
Be someone that can drive. Be someone that can
Yes.
judge heights. Be someone that doesn't fuck up a Houston icon and landmark. What? So they hit it again because Donna said again. Has it been hit before? See, I don't keep up.
Oh my
with
God,
news
Barry!
and
In the
shit.
last 6 months to a year, it's been hit probably a half a dozen times.
Jesus, are you serious?
Oh yeah.
That's crazy. That's okay.
And here's the thing: it's twofold, right? Because when it isn't hit, some genius that thinks that they've got a catchphrase that's going to be catchier goes up there and spray paints their own thing on there, and then they got to do it again.
yeah.
But it's like the combination of idiots who think too much without. I mean, if you're stupid and you think too much, that's scary to us all, and that relates to both parties. If you want to spray paint something else over Be Someone, guess what? It's been there, done that, and done it way longer than your little ditty might do. And then secondly, if you're a truck driver or you're driving a large vehicle and you can't judge like square peg, round hole type stuff, get off the fucking road.
Bro, it's literally that simple. Look, Cece said, I guess she pulled this. The Houston Avenue Bridge over I-10 has been hit over 70 times in 2025 alone, with the report citing 72 or 73 strikes by late 2025, early 2026, and was hit again in January. This is crazy. How the fuck? It doesn't make, you know what? It doesn't make sense, but it does. If you've driven in Houston for any length of time, then you know. Most of these assholes on the road don't know how to drive.
But can I say this?
Yes.
Houstonians, just like the whole thing, which we can get into or not get into, that Kevin Durant resurfaced for us, which you and I have beat like a drum over the years about, like the late arriving crowds and early leaving crowds in Houston. From a traffic perspective, every Houstonian is going to read what CC put and hear the words that we are saying. They're going to go, oh, must be all out of towners.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, that's not true.
No, it's not. It's that we have our fair share of shitty drivers. And I will say, as much as this city has grown, the driving has gotten a lot worse. I really feel like non-native Houstonian drivers that come here are out of their league. They don't know what they're doing. Whether it's a truck passing through or somebody that just moved here from Cali or wherever, it's a whole different animal when you drive in Houston, right? Like,
Yep.
I'm on the road a lot. You know that I drive a lot for comedy, and in other states and other cities, I'm like, people look at me like I'm insane because of the way I drive. I'm like, this is normal. I'm not
well, you are.
overly aggressive, but it's normal.
Oh, don't sell yourself short.
Am I
I've
aggressive
driven
on-
behind you on the way to different destinations, and I have documented this. Bumper to bumper traffic has a whole new meaning when you're trying to change lanes diagonally in between two cars where you have no business getting to, and you somehow think that you are owed the spot. That right there, my friend, is something that
No.
I did not expect when I saw you drive for the first time.
Listen, it's real simple, Joel. Blinkers are for suckers. All right. Turn signals are for chumps. You in the city of Houston, you cannot use a turn signal and let someone know, hey, I'd like to get over. Ain't happening. Think about how many times you're driving in traffic, somebody puts on their turn signal. What do? You speed up. You ain't getting in front of me, pal. You can get behind me. No, that's showing your hand. If you drive in the city of Houston, You just have to, what is it they say?
Be someone stupid.
No, it's, what is it? It's better to ask for forgiveness than permission. So, yeah, I'm going to be like, sorry when I cut you off, but I'm cutting you off. I'm not asking, can I cut you off? I'm cutting you off. That's,
See, and honestly, having kids puts a whole different perspective on this. And I know how you desire to have children and how high you put them on a
oh my God.
pedestal. But
Love 'em.
but like I get the guilt trip from my wife so much about you can't do what you used to do and you can't flip people off and threaten to beat the shit out of somebody and you've got to think about the family and being around and your longevity. In my plan in my head, I will have the longevity to survive any situation I get myself into, but there's plenty that I'd like to get into because of idiots on the road.
Oh, yeah. Well, if you're telling me that I'm not allowed to fight after, well, look, I'm 51. I don't fight anymore, but I want to. I just don't have the physical means to or stamina to fight anymore. But if
That's why you have a gun.
yeah, true, very true. But like, if you're telling me kids means I can't drive aggressive, put that on the list of reasons why I don't want kids. That's crazy.
Like, you know what? Here's the thing. I got a real issue, like because I walk my dogs at about 6:30 in the morning when it's not sunshine and rainbows yet. And I watch in our neighborhood every day cars running multiple stop signs and like not even slowing down or patting the brakes. And I'm going, okay, it's one thing if I've got dogs and I'm trying to cross the crossroad. If my kid's riding their bike or there's something like that, and I kid you not when I tell you, in our neighborhood, there have been deaths because of cars that completely ignored crosswalks and stop signs. So the fact that and when I've like, you know me, I'm much like you, where I'm not afraid to voice my opinion and like yell at people if they're running the signs. The people's response is like so aggressively like, screw you, not me, I didn't do anything wrong, and denial. And I'm just like, how brain dead do you have to be that I've got witness? We all saw you run the stop signs,
Uh-huh.
but it's my fault for yelling at you? Come on, man.
So you're that dad. So if we lived in the same neighborhood, you would be screaming at me. But
Yeah.
I will say this.
That's before I read your Facebook posts
Yeah.
because I know you're that guy that goes on that website to do that kind of business.
No, my neighborhood hates me. About once a quarter, I just
They're
log
not
in
alone.
and just remind everybody that they're all assholes. But yeah, I'm that guy that like I speed through the neighborhood, but when someone else does it, I'm like, hey, slow down. But I can speed and run stop signs. You can't. And that's because I'm careful. I don't trust you. I trust me, but I don't trust you to do it. And
Like,
it has
I
nothing to
had
do with
one
the kids.
Yahoo who I watched run the stop sign. So I started pointing and yelling at him, and he stopped his truck. And his exact response was, I've probably lived in this neighborhood longer than you. Okay. And that means if you respect your neighborhood and your neighbors and the kids and the pets that live in it, that would probably give you a pretty clear indication of, I probably should change my ways. And oh, by the way, wherever you're in a hurry to get at 6:30 in the morning, that extra 30 seconds ain't getting you that cup of coffee before you get to that meeting, boss.
That's not where you make up time on the road. You make it up on the freeways, cutting people off without signaling, like a G.
And I completely agree with you. Look, there's a time and a place. I'm not like the preacher, like the religion. I'm not Jeremy Branham on the road. I am a speeder, and I am an aggressive driver on the highway. My wife
I
will even
love that
admit
reference.
but I am not doing that in my neighborhood.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Bishu had said people are dumb as hell on the road, especially with phones. Yes.
Well, that's the whole other thing. Like, I don't know about you. In our neighborhood, it is a law and a bylaw. You are not supposed to be on your cell phones in and around anywhere. I think it's an ordinance in Sugarland. They don't enforce that shit for an instant.
Oh, really? Your microphone's dragging on your hoodie, by the way. It's like it's that big white thing right there on the right. It's dragging on the hood. No, the other one. Yeah, that
This
yeah,
one?
yeah, that's the mic. It's dragging on the hoodie.
Okay, that's a problem. I had a hoodie on yesterday, didn't do it.
Yeah, that's okay. Well, we're good. It's just
Okay.
you ain't gotta hold it. Like, can you tape it down? Tape it to your face.
Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll
Just
get
like,
some
no,
I'll
just-
get some Gorilla tape.
Yeah, tape it like right here, and then we can hear you. And it's like
It's
like a lapel
sitting right
mic,
now
but
in a good spot, is it
It
not?
could just be a La Chin mic.
It's better than that 80s, or should I say 80s as in 80-year-old men's beard.
Oh wow, wow! We're attacking
That's an
beard?
80s beard, but it's not the decade.
It's
It's
the
actually
age.
the age group. There's
It
a
does.
difference.
I do need to dye it or whatever to put that just for men in there. Yeah, it's getting getting gray again.
Yeah, I
It's,
remember those days when you'd come to work after doing one of those dye jobs.
I would look like the
Looks like
what's that-
someone tried to watch a Sharpie off your face, or some guy that played 4 quarters of NFL football with eye black that bleeded all over his cheeks.
Oh, I wonder if that would darken it if I put eye black on. It won't last long. Never mind. You know what? Can you grow a beard? Do you get good, nice filled in beard?
Absolutely.
Why don't you?
You and I've had that conversation too. I can grow the beard pretty quickly too. The problem is that unlike you, who has it everywhere, you have diarrhea of the gray. I have like a spot on my chin, and like and I'm like, so that's just out of the question.
Just
'Cause I'm not
dye
gonna
it.
walk around with. No, because I'm not gonna fake it.
Why?
Like, oh hey look, I'm gonna dye it and try and look like, it's 20 something Joel with the goatee and the beard that he used to have. No, not happening.
It's not like we talked about yesterday where you got like fake ass, fake titties, you try to plump up your peen or none of that. It's just beard dyeing. Like, bro, most every woman dyes their hair. What's wrong with
Right,
us
but the
dyeing our
simple
beard?
equation is, if I don't have a beard or facial hair at all, which I've been lambasted by people on here in other ways, in other places in the past, then I think I actually look younger with a baby face than trying to look younger by dyeing my beard.
I don't know. I like it mainly. It's not a
You can't
beautiful
argue that.
beard, but I like it because it hides
it's
my
really
chins.
not.
Huh?
Okay, it's really not.
Okay. You know what? I didn't need you to reinforce it. I said it. I didn't need you to be like, you're right. It's trash.
Like, you could get one of those walking sticks in like a white robe,
I feel like
and just look
Gandalf.
like if you could audition for like the next Mel
Lord of the
Gibson
Rings
movie
or
that he's putting together.
The Hobbit or whatever it
one of
is?
those Mel Gibson religious documentaries.
You shall not pass. I think that was Lord of the Rings. I don't know. Yeah, see, Potch gets it. Potch said the gray makes me look dignified. Yeah, suck it, nerd. Boom.
Hey,
Look
Potch,
at that.
Potch, let's keep it real for a second. There's not enough dignification in the world to even it out for what he's already put forth.
Yeah. Well, you know what?
I mean, that's true.
I do like as my favorite thing. My favorite thing is it hides my chins, so I don't give a fuck what it looks like. Otherwise, I'll take the holes and all that if you don't see my chins, because I hate.
You know what
I
else
hate-
would?
I hate my
treadmill.
fat face and chin, so I love the beard because of that.
God, I wonder, because there's suspects in here, obviously. I wonder if people remember the back in the day, Barry, that, not a Way Back Wednesday, by the way, it's Thursday, that would actually put on his little running shoes and his high socks and his little running shorts and go on his kicks, especially about this time of the year when the resolutions kick in, and Barry on asphalt would start running again.
I don't know what you're talking about. That
Oh, I do. And I believe there's podcasts that if you want to go back far enough, because yeah, it has been quite a while since you had that kick, but I heard a lot about how fast that kick was and how the time was getting better and the results were getting more visible and all that kind of stuff.
Let me tell you something. I couldn't run to the bathroom right now. Like, I am so out of shape. It is not even funny. I put the sheets on the bed the other day. I was fucking spent, dude. It was like I had just gone like 5 rounds with John Jones and grappled. I was like, Nora goes, "Are you okay?" I was just in the bedroom laying on the bed. Still wasn't done. It was fucked up because like we bought a new bed. We bought a new bed. It's new, so it's like the beds that like raise up. You know what I mean?
When you say still wasn't done, that was with putting the sheet
on,
right?
yeah, putting the sheet on. But like
Because that huffing and puffing sounded like you thought, hey,
something
new
else.
sheets. Why don't we like?
Yeah, and Nora wasn't even in the room
me and
for
myself and I.
But so we have 2 individual beds, but they're the same size as a king. So because like if I want to raise mine up, then I can, but she doesn't. And so
Oh, you got one of those old people beds that they show on TV with the remote control and the stand and all that?
I mean, why has it got to be old people beds? It's comfortable. It's got, bro.
It's like they use the same actress of the "I've fallen and I can't get up." Only
No.
now she's fell asleep and she can't stop snoring. So you use the remote to get your back angle better.
No, yeah. I mean, yes, but no, because it's not old people, but it does help with snoring, helps with your back. Also, the one that the base that we bought has vibrator in it.
Oh, I bet it does.
I knew you were going to say, there's no easy way to tell people your bed has a vibrator without them going, "Yay!" Like, there's no way you'd be like, "My bed vibrates." Yay! Like, no, it's just relaxing.
You know how you could convince more people that it isn't an old people person's bed? Dye your beard, because then they'd look like, oh, look at the young guy that can't get his spinal angle right so that he won't snore and he sleeps more soundly.
Oh, I don't even know why I try. I don't even know why I bring it up. I swear to God, though. So like so the beds are individuals, right? But the sheet, they make a sheet that's a split sheet. So it's got like basically it's got an ass crack. It's like the bottom half of the sheet is one sheet.
No, they don't.
I swear to God, the bottom half is one sheet.
Oh, I believe it. And they cost like 3 times as much as a regular sheet too.
And then the top sheets are just individual, but they like have a joint like right in the middle. So like you could raise your bed up and the sheet's not going with it. But to put it on, fuck, bro. I would have much rather have just.
You have new respect for all the chicks at the gym that have the same thing as your sheet, only it's called a unitard, where the back it has an open backless thing, but it's got to hug each cheek with a little bit of a spring in the middle.
You're exactly right. No, now I know what women go through when they try to put on Spanx, because I was trying to put that goddamn sheet on the bed, and I was like, this bed's just gonna have to be fat. I can't do this. I can't. Babe, we're just gonna sleep on the mattress like we're 20. Like, dude, I'm telling you, I was exhausted. She goes, "Are you okay?" I was like, "No, I'm fucking spent. I'm ready to go to bed now. This is crazy." I won't do it again. Won't do it again.
Donna asked the question, who wears a unitard anymore? Well, obviously at your gym, Donna, they wear those sweatpants and the yoga pants with the little binders on the bottoms. But normally at most gyms, there's plenty of women, whether they have like the full pants or not, that want to get the full effect for the viewing pleasure of the fact that they don't go to bars and clubs, they go to the gym, where it's not only a workout piece of clothing, but it's also a potential workout piece of clothing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. See there? And Joel has one. And you should see him.
No, Joel does not.
His
because
cheeks
then Barry would stare at it if you missed yesterday.
I would check out your meat if you wore a unitard. I swear to God.
One of those, Barry would stare, and it would be awkward.
I would. I'd be like, Joe. Here comes Joel and his unitard. I'd be like, look at his package. Look at it. Look, just hanging out the side. Balls on one side, just hanging out, looking crusty. Let's see. What was it? There was something in here in the chat I wanted to read before we moved on. Donna brought up a shower chair. We don't have a shower chair. Okay, Donna. I do have a bench though. It's nice.
Oh no, you don't.
In the shower.
Okay,
yeah.
Look. This is another one of like trip down memory lane when you gave people a far too all-encompassing glimpse into palatial Laminac Manor and the whole bathroom setup where you have a coffee maker and a TV in your shitter.
Yeah.
And now you have old people
Nope.
gadgets
Nope.
like a bench.
No, it's not an old person's chair where like, oh, I need help getting up or sit. It folds up on the wall. And when you need to sit down because your fat ass was doing yard work all day and you're exhausted.
So you just put the sheets on it. Now you need the bench.
Exactly. Bro, you know how out of shape I am? I get tired just driving my riding mower. That's how out of shape I am. But no, this
Bear, can I just give you one quick warning about your bench?
I don't think I want this, but okay.
Oh, you're going to love this too. And this is completely off the cuff right here. Okay. Just a quick warning for you.
Mm-hmm.
When you get on the bench, if you get on the bench, you have to be aware of the fact that hot mics can cause a whole lot of trouble for you or me. Just understand that. So if you're going to get on the bench, be careful that there aren't any hot mics.
Hey, yeah, well done. And on that note, by the way, what's up, Walt? Kiss my ass, Jeff Bell. I hope your Broncos lose, you raggedy bitch. He said 5 more years, Barry will have a walk-in shower / walk-in tub. Kiss my entire ass.
Here's the thing. You, of all people,
yes,
in touch with everything, especially
yes,
a lot of television because you're not working out anymore. You see these commercials from all these bathroom people, and all they do is the suicide doors on the tub and the benches and the chairs, and every single one of them is targeted at not the young single crowd for adventure. It's targeted for Eunice and Fred and Ethel and all the people that are 5 steps away from the old folks home that are scared to death about their balance.
Yeah. Okay. What is that?
You created everything in your house. What creation in your mind said, you know what, babe, before we finish this bad boy, we need to put a bench in the shower.
It's not, am I going to have to go take a fucking photo of the bench? It's not like a park bench. It's not like a one of those chairs.
It's like an ironing board on the wall.
No, it's not. Down. It's fashionable. It looks nice. Although I think I broke it because my fat ass sat on it.
What do you put decorations during the holidays?
I mean, you can. It's not like a park bench. It's just like you know what? I'll find the fucking thing online and show you.
You heard it here first, everybody. During Halloween,
God.
Barry puts a jack-my-lantern on the bench for decoration because it's fashionable.
No. Here, I found it.
And a tree topper during Christmas.
There's no tree topper during Christmas. Kiss my ass. Let's see.
And don't forget all the party favors that he puts on it during January.
This is why I don't talk to you. This is why.
Well, I mean, I don't have any other options because you don't respond to text messages. So this is all I got.
I hate you so much. This is kind of like, it's not exactly, but this is pretty close to it. Let me see.
Oh,
here.
Sure. Use somebody else's so it doesn't incriminate you so much.
Well, I'm not going to get up in the middle of the show and go take a photo of it. I mean, I would, but you know,
I mean, you run to the bathroom several times a show. Wouldn't that be an opportunity for you to take a picture of the bench?
What? You mean run to the bathroom? We had one quick bathroom break yesterday. One.
I didn't need it. You did.
Okay. Facts. All right. Here's the bench.
There you go.
Here's the bench. Look, there's nothing wrong with this. What's wrong with that?
Oh my God. That looks like at a hospital supply place off of 59 that you pick up for your grandmother who's recovering from having hip replacement.
Man, I'm gonna tell you right now,
or the fact that she needs a walker.
You know, like the best thing, and if you ever shit in public, the best thing is getting a handicap stall, because you got all the room, you can take your clothes off and spread out. But like, bro, when you go to a hotel and they give you the handicap hotel room, they got this in the shower. You can just sit down and bathe. You're just like, this is fucking amazing. I don't even have to stand up.
So you're saying you're not old, you're handicapped? Because like, I'm just wondering where, like, between your garage and your riding mower, do you have a walker with the little tennis balls on the bottom of it so that you can get there safely?
The chat's going nuts. They're like, oh my God, that's a nursing home chair. That's a shower chair.
Yeah, you have all this technology in Laminac Manor, And this is what you show me as a convincing picture of, oh yeah, everybody should have one of those. That's not for old people.
Podge
I
said
can see
Nora
my
brought
kids
it from
using
work.
that. She probably did.
This is what it really is, okay? Jackasses, it's kind of like this. It's not exact, like it doesn't have the
Don't
gold.
try and change it now.
No, I already had it pulled up, asshole.
The incrimination is there. You're guilty with that picture.
No, like it doesn't have the gold, but it's like a teak wood like that, and it folds up when it's not in use. That's it.
Oh my God.
But will I ever own one of these? Probably at some point. It's just like, it's got adjustable heights. Look at the legs. They go up. Are you kidding me? That's fantastic.
It's got ball pinchers for cracks. Like, what are we doing here?
Dude, all right, Donna wanted me to ask you a question, and then we're going to move on. But
as the executive producer and senior vice president, she's allowed to do so.
Fuck you, Walt said, oh, a nursing home bench. No, it's not.
That's exactly what it is.
So,
Walt,
Donna,
you are spot on.
I hate y'all. For Christmas, my half-sister got me a bidet. Life-changing. Have you ever used a bidet?
Never.
Bro.
And I never will.
What?
That's an exit-only area on both orifices. I don't need a fire hose being shot up my butt to freaking clean it up.
What do you
thank you.
It's not washing the second half of your intestine. It's cleaning the outside of your beehole. Do you think that you have to shoot it up your beehole like an enema? You're using bidets wrong, sir.
Honey, I haven't used a bidet because it is intrusive. Could be cold water. Could be
it is
a
cold.
lot of things that I don't need when I have toilet paper. And if you're wanting to take it to the next level without having to be intruded upon by shooting water, you can just get some of those men wipes or whatever like that.
Nope, can't do it.
That's your fancy. But the bidet is so you. I can see you with. You have two separate bowls.
No. I brush my teeth on it, and then I'd wash my hands and my bottle.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. It mounts onto the toilet seat. So you just put it up under the toilet seat, and mine has hot water and
So does
cold
your bench.
Water. Huh?
So does your bench. It mounts to the toilet
I'm telling
seat.
you,
Or
Joel,
vice versa. Why don't you, because this is another conversation we've had back in the day. Why don't you just mount your toilet seat on your bench and you can take care of your business while you're showering?
I would do that. It's all going to the same
you would.
septic system. That's why I can't use dude wipes. We have a septic system. So for years, I've been just wiping like a savage. Because like at the old house, I had like, I could use handy wipes, which are very nice. But when you get a septic system, you can't use those. So,
So instead of
Chris?
dude wipes, you have a power pipe that completely power washes your junk.
Ugh, Dre.
And your, ugh.
That's gross. Dre said trash can. Bro, I'm not throwing no nasty doo-doo wipes in a trash can.
Oh, yeah. First
What
of all,
the
that's not going
fuck?
to fly.
Dre, you're savage. I thought Joel was savage because he won't use a bidet with his dirty beehole. That's disgusting, Dre.
I'm very clean, by the way, but clean has limitations. I'm not going to have you be Fire Marshal Bill.
You know what it...
And it's not happening.
You're scared that you're going to like it so much that you'll be like, you know what? I get it, fellas.
Any man on the planet, if you're
get
scared or you just would rather avoid the complete inconvenience and being uncomfortable enough to have cold water sprayed at a pretty good velocity.
I am telling you.
On your private area.
I thought the same.
You.
I thought the same, and then, people talked it up, and I was like, I'll try it. It will change your life, Joel. A bidet will change your life. Like, first of all, if you do like to be clean, there's nothing cleaner than using a bidet. It's so clean down there, you can eat off of it, bro. I'm telling you, it is...
Sounds like you do. I'm not interested.
By the way, Chris showed up. Chris, what's up, man? Chris said, wow, I come in here and my two boys are talking about ass. What's good, boys?
One of them's talking about it a little bit more serious than the other, because it
Fair
now
enough.
sounds like when he starts talking about, I'm open to it, I'll try anything, I'll try that. I mean, I was against it, and then all of a sudden I did it, and I thought, wow, this is great. Sounds like it's more than a bidet, but not something I'm interested in.
Alex Villanueva said, my 11-year-old in the car with me listening. Bro, are you new, Alex?
This is,
Are you
seriously,
new
you've
to
been
the
with us
show?
for how long, Alex? You
Jesus,
know,
yeah.
we used to exploit people in the pickup line that thought that there was going to be something different. Like we had ESP and we could go, oh, so-and-so's in the pickup line, better keep it clean today. That's not happening.
Yeah,
That's how
exactly.
we developed the suspects.
Exactly. And Potch said, yeah,
Who got
get one.
fired, by the way? Who got fired from their job because they didn't have earbuds and had their speakers on, and the boss heard us talking one day? I
they
legitimately
didn't get
felt
fired.
bad for that one.
Did they get fired? I thought they got written up and then they got
Oh, man, it wasn't P. Randizzle, I don't think, but it was.
Yes,
somebody
it
else.
was.
I legitimately felt bad.
It was P. Randizzle. He got written up at work because he had us on. He didn't have any headphones, and I don't remember what we were talking about, but he got in a lot of trouble for that. I'm
Then
sure
he
we've gotten a
started
few
playing
people
the
in
Barbra
trouble.
Streisand classic, "You Don't Bring Me Flowers Anymore."
Yeah, true that. Real quick, Total Dallas sent in a $5 super chat. Where did it go? Where did it go? Where did it go?
TD, you're very generous. We're going to need everybody to do that for a new show coming in February.
Where is it? Shit. Oh. Well, I
It
can
sounds
just
like Total Dallas after one of his Dallas teams loses. You can't find him.
First of all, he said bidets are for people who cook their steaks sous vide. Okay, first of all, kiss my ass.
Facts.
Kiss my ass, Total Dallas. Where?
You boil your meat and then you hose it down with cold water.
Shut up. Where did this
It's
go?
just facts.
Here we go. He said Barry Shower Bench has one of those notes donated by the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Kiss my ass.
Can I tell you how much I missed just all of this? This is what we used to do on a daily basis. This was so much fun. Without people like literally, besides your bidet, up our ass telling us how to do things, we did it our way, and it was so much fun to do this show.
Yep, it really was. Okay, so B. Hannon confirmed we actually did get somebody fired back in the day.
I saw
Okay.
that. I completely remember that.
Yep.
And they didn't feel bad about it. They were like, no, it's okay because I'm not going to stop listening to the show. And I was like, yeah, but you're right. Someone also got written up. But I distinctly remember someone got fired.
Yep. Potch said new show in February. Is there an announcement to make? Nothing yet. No announcements yet, but there is things
We've
in the works.
hinted enough. When it's time, it's time.
Yeah. Well, let's see. Alex is concerned about his kid listening after yesterday's discussion of dongs. I'm still listening without headphones. Yeah, man up, Alex. Man up.
Just tell her to wear the catcher's gear besides on the field, Alex, and nothing serious is going to happen.
Yep, exactly. All right, let's do some sports. Let's get into some stuff that we didn't get to yesterday. But let's start with headlines. And then we can go from there. So here are the top couple of headlines I found for the day. We'll discuss, and then we'll get into other stuff. But let's do the headlines first. All right, here are your... Oh, shit, wrong button. Here's your sports headlines for today.
Oh, God, the tech guy. He's got it all under control.
Oh, my God, I hate this so much. Here's the sports
Can I get a
headline.
link?
Huh?
Can I get a link?
A link?
Oh, never mind.
Kiss my
Yeah, remember how many times you had to... Jeez, never mind.
Yes. Jonathan Kuminga is demanding a trade away from the Warriors. Just now, Jonathan? You waited this long to ride the bench and demand a trade? I wanted to know your thoughts, but I'll tell you, bro, you can't sit around not doing anything for this long and then demand the trade. You should have done it a long time ago.
Okay, here's where, because I actually love you, therefore I won't blast you like I would love to do that someone tried to
do it. Do
fictionally
it.
do.
You're a coward
He
if you don't
had
do
to
it.
wait this long. First of all, when you start toting a Bible and placing bets and drinking liquor, we'll talk. Here's the thing. Kuminga, because he signed an extension, was not eligible for a trade and technically isn't eligible for a trade until today. So
It does.
therefore, so therefore, he had to wait to the appropriate time when he actually could be traded. Because otherwise, you could sit there and say, "Hey, trade me, trade me, trade me." Well, you already signed the extension before the season started. We can't trade you. But now all parties involved agree, what should have been agreed to before he agreed to the extension right before training camp, that he should be traded. He has value. They have completely misused him for a team that actually could have used him. And all of a sudden, I think that this is Steve Kerr kind of trying to take his authority and experience to a level he didn't need to go to. Like, you have veterans that are going to police this kid if he makes some mistakes on the floor or he's not doing things the way you want it done. But don't take the slap on the wrist to full-blown handcuffs and handcuff him to the bench and say, here's your punishment. Because no one gets anything out of this. Because the bottom line is, if you do that, you ruin everything for yourself if you do want to trade him. Because now he has no value because no one sees him playing, so no one realizes if he's still the Jonathan Kuminga that looked good from the time they drafted him as an up-and-coming prospect to a guy that now is sitting on the bench, wasting away, and not helping you even if you wanted to keep him by being a formidable piece to Draymond, Steph, and Jimmy and all the guys that they have. It's just a complete misstep, and I think it's like Steve Kerr being a little bit too big for his britches.
Look, I understand what you're saying, right? Like, I understand about he couldn't be traded until, but that shouldn't stop you from demanding it and saying, fine, don't play me. But when it's time, I'm out. I want to be gone. So trade me. But to be like, sit by passively and just be like, well, I can't demand it yet because it can't happen yet. Fuck that. Just say it with your chest.
But Barry, I don't think he wanted to mess up the chemistry out of respect for the guys, the veterans that are there, the Jimmys and the Stephs and the Draymonds that have had his back to say, hey, look, I signed the extension because this is where I really want to continue to play. I love my teammates and those guys that have been big brothers to me. I feel like I can contribute in a larger way as the season goes along. So that's why I don't want to do those things. And from a Golden State perspective, like I said, it completely shoots yourself in more than just the foot, simply because of the fact that his value goes way down, or at least that's the way teams are going to come at them for this, because of the fact that you're not playing him.
Yeah, no, that I do agree. Dre said, ship Kuminga here, second round pick.
They're going to get more than that for him, and it doesn't work that way. It's got to come within 15% of his contract. The extension alone tells you that you've got to put a pretty significant package together of salary and or picks and or young players or players so that it makes sense. The league won't approve it. It can't be approved in the collective bargaining agreement unless the trade comes within 15%, unless both teams are under the cap, which we know that they're not.
Right. Yeah, that's the thing is just from a Rockets perspective. That's why when Fred went down, they were kind of hamstrung. They couldn't do much because they don't have the room.
Yeah.
I think they ended up getting a medical exception that freed up some money.
Well, they were working on it, but the Van Vliet situation is because the only guys that they could legitimately trade that they wanted to trade and they could stay within the confines of the tax and the cap would be Clint Capella, Finney Smith, guys like that. And you have to wait till January. You had to wait till January 15th. That's why Kuminga is one of those guys. Because you were signed, those guys were signed as free agents, just like Kuminga got an extension. Now, after January 15th, the Rockets can do those things if they so desire to get a veteran point guard. Like everybody said immediately, pick up Chris Paul. They weren't allowed to. They weren't even allowed to add a 15th man until after January 15th because of their cap situation.
And I wouldn't have wanted that anyways. That would have made no sense for them.
I disagree.
Really?
Yeah. Attitude aside, he can still play. He's smarter than most coaches. And you look at San Antonio 2 years ago when he was there, and he helped that team, and they kept him there all year. If he would have been what he was with the Clippers, I think the only reason why he was what he was with the Clippers is because he got sold a bad bill of goods. Like, they told him coming in, you may not play as much as you played last year, but you're going to play, and we're going to use you. And in a lot of ways, we're going to probably save you until the end of the season and the playoffs because we see there's a bigger picture for you. But then when he gets DNPs for like weeks on end and the guys that are playing in front of him suck, he kind of, and then when he's like right and Van Gundy's wrong, when he's calling Van Gundy out on like things that Van Gundy should have done as the defensive coordinator, and then he gets like called out on it, then I can see Chris Paul's point of view.
Okay, but another year older, I don't know. I just feel like it seemed like everybody wanted to run back a Rockets retread when Fred went down. It was like Westbrook, Chris Paul. I want to say
that's who's available. I think that's just a victim of circumstance of who you might be able to acquire. Westbrook was sitting there till the very end of the start of the season, until you get right to the start of the season, where he didn't pick a team because he thought someone else was going to come out because he played well in Denver. But Chris Paul was made available, and that's your initial thought. But they also, the people have to think about and factor in, well, where are they salary cap wise? And what are the limitations based on all the guys that maybe they overspent on? Because I don't think they needed Clint Capella. I liked it at the time, but I don't think there was enough thought to the what ifs of it. Kind of cap strings you to the fact that that's all you can do. And we know injuries happen and other things pop up. This team, because Holiday fell off the planet for as good as he was playing early. This team is not desperate, but they desperately do need an extra veteran point guard. They're trying the young kid the other night that actually did some good things on the floor to see if he can't be a stopgap. There's no way you trust a kid fresh out of the G League and or, as young as he is, come playoff time. And now that you have the ability to go out and get someone, I think that you can have a more realistic approach to, I need a veteran point guard that can help me, because Amen Thompson, I think, as good as he is, Amen Thompson's not a point guard. And I think he kind of holds them back in a lot of ways when he has the ball in his hands.
Interesting. You do.
Go look at the film.
Really? And that's. I kind of want to.
He's not a point, right?
Yeah.
So he's
not.
slower.
I mean, he came in as a point guard.
Okay, so let me clarify real quick, and obviously I don't want to step on you. The biggest thing to me is when they play half court basketball, they have no one that gets them into their sets quickly enough for them to be effective. In transition, if a man has the ball, I'm fine with it, because all he does is take 3 steps. He's literally in the front court. Then he's already in the lane. Whether he shoots it himself or gives it up, they have finishers, and he's fine. So live ball turnovers, missed shots, they can do that. But too many times this entire year, I've seen Reed Sheppard, Reed Sheppard does it more than anybody, Amen Thompson, where you have to admit they are not point guards, because they get the ball over midcourt. Now you've created a secondary defender with the midcourt line. I can't go back in the backcourt. I'm stuck. I should be going forward. But then, if you're Reed or you're Amen, the pick is coming from a big or KD, and then you're trying. All they want to do is try and, as quickly as they can, get a dribble handoff and give it to KD. If the defense overplays that, the point guard's job is to get through that first line of defense on the perimeter, get inside the 3-point line, and make something happen. They waste 15 seconds of shot clock trying to get the ball between the inbound and the 3-point line, and keep bringing it back around to where now, even if you do finally get the ball, who's being overplayed, he's got 8 seconds. It's on him. And everything is set back. I just think that's why they need someone else.
That's a good breakdown. I ain't gonna argue with you, man. That's a good breakdown. Yeah. B. Hannon said Barry is big on Reed. I'm a big Reed Sheppard fan now. At first, I was like,
okay, I am too.
Listen, and I will fight anybody that says he's not good on defense, because that's just dead ass wrong. Like, that cat gets after it on defense. So
we had a very delusional listener. That when I was still doing radio,
just one?
In Houston. Yeah, well, several, but there's some of them are in the chat. I don't want to offend them. But
wait,
the thing is, they would call in every day.
Pause 1 second. Dre said, "Love the NBA talk. Why didn't we get this the last 3 years?" Bitch, I've been talking NBA since the season started. Y'all motherfuckers were the ones who were like, basketball doesn't start till after Christmas. I was started talking about fucking NBA in October, Dre.
I know exactly.
Jerk.
I know. Nope. Slow down. Get off my boy, because I can tell you exactly that wasn't targeted at you. at all. That wasn't targeted at you at all. That was targeted
it was
at
you
me.
not being okay. I was about to say,
unless we're
Drake,
talking Cougs, unless go Cougs, or however you do that. Go Cougs. Hey, go Cougs, and look at me. If we're not trying to stir the pot and be controversial just to try and get some clicks, well, then I'm going to be a dick and not talk Rockets because my partner knows how to talk about Rockets.
yeah.
That's what Dre was trying to say.
Gotcha.
That wasn't me. That was
Look,
Dre.
I apologize, Dre. I thought you were saying I haven't talked NBA. I was like, that is horseshit. And Walt can go fuck himself too.
Again.
Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah. We speak freely on this show. Everybody
He's getting
does.
more play than your mattress.
They'll tell me the same thing in the chat. It's all good. Hey, what up, P. Ray Dizzle? P. Ray Dizzle said, if only there was a radio station in Houston that we could hear such riveting conversations. Yeah, that would be good.
Hey, P. Randizzle, if you're late to the party, we already mentioned you.
Yeah,
you
we
didn't get
did.
fired. You got a warning letter, right?
Right. His nose started itching and his ears. Lone Ranger said this show is unhinged. That's exactly how we like it, brother. All right, the other headline.
And Lone Ranger idolizes Charlie Palillo, so sometimes that's hard for him to accept.
Yeah, there's language on here, Lone Ranger. It's because we're adults and we don't have the SEC that tells us that we can't curse. So we curse a little. All right.
Let's break down some statistics. Let's take a break.
All right. John Harbaugh to the Giants. That's expected to, barring any setbacks, that's expected to be done sooner rather than later. In fact, let me look on the front page of ESPN and see if it's gone down. But any thoughts on that?
I haven't seen it finalized. I got a lot on it because my first kind of interest is what did he sign for? Because when you saw the early demands or the rumored demands of John Harbaugh, it was he wanted $20 million a year. He wanted a substantial pool of money for all of his assistants to get paid handsomely. And he wanted either say-so in football operations or a very loud voice in the room with whoever the general manager was. And if he was going to a team that didn't have a general manager, he wanted to be involved in the process. Like, I get all that. And if you're just going to tell me there's no ceiling, tell me what you want, I'd shoot for the moon too. But I'm curious because I know that the Mara family has really screwed up their last several coach, and I think their general manager sucks too, but for some reason he's got naked pictures of the Maras, maybe on a bench in a shower. But I think that he's still there for some reason. But I think that they know now that in order to progress forward, they got to get a real coach, and they're willing to overpay. From the Harbaugh standpoint overall, to me, it depends on what I'm after, right? If because he's won a Super Bowl and he's made the playoffs enough that he's just looking to make the next 3 generations of his family financially secure, and that's his number one outcome and outlook, except for taxes, he's probably going to do that. But if I look at all the jobs that are open out there and I say, is this the best fit for John Harbaugh to win football games and possibly win another Super Bowl? I don't think so. I think there were several other jobs that were better for him.
Well, I think Baltimore was the best job available, perhaps. I mean, you've got Lamar, you know what I mean? So you're built to win now. But it just,
okay.
The Giants have a lot of young talent. Now, they're still a little bit unproven and they all got to stay healthy, but with Scatterbo and Neighbors and Dart, what's his name? QB.
You're right, God. Jackson Dart.
Yeah, Dart. I was right. That's a pretty damn good core to start with. Defensively, they were pretty solid too. I mean, I wasn't a big Brian Daboll fan, but I feel like that's a pretty good nucleus to walk into.
So you got, of the 3 young guys you mentioned, 2 of them are coming back from major injury. So you don't know when you're going to get them back and then how good they're going to be and if and when they get back to where they were. I'll give you a rebuttal of the Atlanta Falcons. Because now you've got London on the outside. You've got Pitts as a very, very good pass-catching tight end. You have maybe the best running back in the NFL. Quiet as kept, you have a solid defense all over the place. And if you just let Kirk Cousins cook at the end of the year, they were winning football games consistently and put themselves right back in a chance. And Penix still may be your guy for the future, so you don't have to go look for the heir apparent. But that team is most ready to win right now in a division that ain't great, that is
Outside of the
easily
Ravens.
winnable next year. Oh, we're talking about the Falcons.
I know. I'm saying,
Falcons
because he came from the Ravens, so he can't go back there. So I'm saying, I think the team most ready to win now is the Ravens. But outside
right, but
of
you can't
that,
count them because he's not going.
that's what I was saying.
So
Outside,
all the
you
jobs,
said they're
but
the
I'm
most
saying-
ready to
but
win
I'm
now.
addressing it from Harbaugh's standpoint.
Okay.
Like, from Harbaugh alone, where's the best place for me? Again, I need to know what your end all be all is. If it's just to make a whole bunch, take care of your coaches and ride off into the sunset when you're done, then maybe New York is the best fit. And you're right, and there still are some good pieces. But the media sucks there. They're going to be on attack mode on everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like, taxes for you and your cost of living and everything are going to be brutal. Everything's going to be under a microscope. In Atlanta, you seemingly have an owner that's going to give you everything. You have pieces on both sides of the ball that are there. You have a division that's winnable next season. Like, I think that was a better opportunity for Harbaugh.
Okay, well, let's do this. Let's rank them, but real quick, let me give you a couple. And Donna says, okay, the scratching has got to go. Maybe we don't need you
God,
to
she
have
complains all
headphones.
the time. Go back to supporting Joe George 24/7.
Donna's gonna beat your
Okay,
ass.
are we taking a break soon, or
No,
otherwise?
do we need to take a break?
No, I'm just saying for this. I'd take the sweatshirt off and whatever.
Oh, yeah, we could do that. Let's. It's 4:00. So here's what we're gonna do. We'll take a short little break. We'll come back, and when we come back, what we're gonna do is we'll argue, I'm sure, about ranking the available jobs in the NFL,
Now,
head coaching jobs.
we argue. That means you're not gonna like try and embarrass me and come out at me just for the sake of looking like a clickbaiter. We're gonna.
I
discuss.
might. I just, yeah.
That's-
I want you
can
to
handle
feel
it for
comfortable.
my friends. Well, I feel comfortable with my friends, so you can probably do that.
Okay. All right, let's do this. Let's take a short little break. We'll let you disrobe and get naked, and then we'll come back and we'll finish up with another hour of the show. All right, this is Barry on Deck. I'm your host, Barry Laminack. Stick around. Don't go nowhere. That's Joel Blank. We'll be back. Oh, muted. Almost did it. Welcome back to the program. Thank you guys for sticking around through the break. Those of you that did, those of you that didn't, can go have sex with yourself. Okay. When Joel gets back, we'll get him back on. In the meantime, real quickly, while he's away, I do want to say thank you to Donna and Jen for their Thankful Thursdays. Very much appreciate you ladies. Always supporting the show, always supporting me. And much love to you. And again, thank you for your generosity and your kindness. It's very much appreciated. So much love to you both. Thank you for that. And also, we have a birthday today. I'm going to make Joel. You know what? No, let's do it now. He's not here. We have a birthday that we need to celebrate. It's actually going to be tomorrow, but we're going to do it today. So let's get our birthday in until Joel gets back. Yeah! Happy birthday, Alex! Ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow is Alex's birthday. And Alex, brother, I just want to say, man, no, don't start trying to get me to do 11 shots for you. But I will say happy birthday, brother. I hope it's great. I really appreciate you being an OG and a day one and being here from the jump, and you don't miss many, and I appreciate that very much. I hope you have a wonderful day tomorrow. Hope you get some roadhead or a hand job or, whatever it is you're into, brother, and what he's into. I love you, man. From the bottom of my congested heart, Alex. I hope it's a great one. I love you. Happy birthday. Smooth. When you don't drink whiskey like that for a while, you go back to it, you're like, whew, shit. That's crazy. Jared said Basil Hayden. Yes, sir. And you know this, man. Basil Hayden is good shit. It really is. Cisco said, happy birthday, Alex. I hope Total Dallas gives you roadhead or a hand job. And he says, I have Total Dallas on speed dial. You guys get a room. A lot of people saying happy birthday. What up, Joe, bro? What up, Jen? What up, Clarence? All right. We're good. Okay. There you go. So happy birthday. What does it say? Oh, Lone Ranger said I've been drinking Eagle Rare 10. Oh, that's good stuff too. I'll get drunk on your real birthday tomorrow, Alex. Jen will be drunk no matter what. She's got a problem. All right, listen. That's enough of that. Let's get back to it. He's back, ladies and gentlemen. Back like he never left. What did it say?
Hey, I don't sound out of breath, right?
Huh?
I don't sound out of breath, right?
No. Did you run?
Well, I changed the sheets. I made the bed. I let the dogs out. Got them back in the house. Took a leak and came back here. And I'm not huffing or puffing. Puffing stuff.
That's okay. Take your time. Just, we're just doing a show here. Take you a 10-minute break in the middle of it, Joel. Did you want to go get the car washed or
10 minutes? I understand you're trying to run again, but you got to understand that it was way, way less. And I was back earlier, but you were still slathering all over Alex's birthday. So I just let you be.
Yeah, I get
it. By the way, you showed that bottle of booze and you said after you haven't been there for a while. Let me tell you something. You have potential. If you keep drinking like that and you start betting, you could call college basketball in a couple of weeks. Just tell me. But don't look at naughty pictures or think about it.
Oh my God, that's so fucking great. I love it. Oh my God. All right. By the way, Evil Death, thank you for giving out a community sub, sir. Jared Taylor's on a 5-stream streak. That was dope. I missed yesterday, but thank you, Nasty Nate and Jet, for resubscribing. B. Hannah with 500 bits.
By the way, that sweatshirt that Donna made me take off was my favorite gift and one of the nicest things my sister's ever done for me. And that was the sweatshirt I got from her. So that's on Donna.
That's dope. What is this? I don't understand this, Brother Bear. It just says, ask me anything about anything with no questions. And you have all the fucking questions, so do it. Damn, Jen is doing dry January until Super Bowl?
Oh, boy.
Hell no. When is the Super Bowl? When is it?
First couple days of February.
Yes, February 8th. It's not dry January and, a 4th of February. It's just dry January. Why?
Donna's still complaining. Can y'all not hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah. Did y'all hear Joel say anything? Go.
Okay, there you go. I have a non-hoodie on. I would think that most rational people.
I'm hearing you just fine, brother. Let me see. Hold
Okay,
on.
cool, good.
Yeah, he good. Oh, okay. Is there a hype train going on? God damn it. I think Donna's just fucking with you.
Yeah, she's really capable of doing that.
She got you good.
Don't think
she got
that
me good.
No,
too.
because don't think that I wasn't doing the exact same thing back to her, because I knew what she was doing. But because she was so intent on my microphone as one of the next thing, now before she tells me the next thing to talk about.
Joel, Donna is
Not
going
just you.
to beat your ass. We do have a hype train going on. Let's run the hype train. There we go. Watch out, Joel. Watch your face. You know what a hype train is, Joel? Oh, fancy. Look at that graphic, huh? So a hype train is when people give bits or subs or whatever. It builds up and creates a hype train, and it's just it's a celebration. The people are being generous, and we appreciate it. So thank you guys for the hype train. Much love.
I get none of that, but I want you to support my boy Barry. Yep.
Yeah. I'll give you some of it. Look, I'm
Barry
a Venmo you
so
7
stingy.
cents right
Last
now.
time I did this a couple times, he completely said one thing and did another. It's fine. I'm poor. I don't work. I sit out on the feeder road shaking a can doing, I used to do radio. Help me.
Oh, so you took my job.
Well,
I've been
but
doing
then,
for 5 years.
Then my wife tells me that's a different portion of road rage that I need to correct in myself.
That's hilarious. All right, let's do this. So we talked about, I'm trying to see, disappointed is an understatement. Fans are outright pissed. I don't know what that was. Oh, Evil Death.
Oh, it's all about Glenn Davis. It's about our boy GD.
Yeah. Evil Death said, hey, Barry and Joel, soccer fans are still surprised at what happened to Glenn. I'm disappointed at the Dynamo owners, but not the players and coaches. Where the hell did that go? Oh, would Jim Crane, Cal McNair, and Tillman Fertitta done something similar if someone within and then it cut off? Where the fuck? I gotta go. That's a long.
Just someone within
message.
the organization, I think, is the gist of it.
Evil Death. That's a long ass message. If
I
someone
think
within
if
the
Les
team
Alexander and Tad Brown were still at the Rockets, there's absolutely no doubt that they would do the exact same thing. And they basically tried to do it to Josh Ennis because he was on our flagship station. I know that's a very, very sweet sentiment name for you to kick around.
Love that guy.
Tad Brown literally tried to take his press pass away and prevent him from coming in the building because he didn't like that Josh was willing to question moves the Rockets made and how they played and such. And we had to try and talk him out of that. So I do think that the Rockets under previous ownership would have done that. I think that I don't know enough about Jim Crane or Tillman to answer otherwise. And I don't think the McNairs care enough to do it.
They used to. The old Bob did. Remember?
No,
man,
for sure. Absolutely true.
They made that station like you couldn't say anything bad. It had to all be Texans talk. And so, yeah, I think I look, owners have a right to protect their brand. Okay. I do agree with that. As an owner, you have the right to say, I would prefer, but at the same token, you kind of have to, it depends on who the messenger is, I think. If it's Josh Ennis, part of it is he just wants to be flamboyant and talk shit and create controversy. I know you don't know anybody like that, Joel, and have never worked with anybody like that.
Never.
That just says shit for, clicks or whatever. But
at Pac-Man Joel on Twitter.
But I think there is something to, look, you can be constructive and still be fair without just, trashing a team. And you and I both know Glenn very well. Glenn is not a Josh Ennis type. Glenn loves soccer. He loves the Dynamo. And I promise you, even in his moments of being the most critical, it was all from a place of love. And sometimes the truth hurts. So,
you're absolutely right, Barry. So tell me when you're done, because I don't want to do what I've worked with and step on your toes.
No, that's it. I'm just saying that.
I just want you to, just so I feel comfortable in my environment, I want you to yell, "Let me finish."
Okay.
Can I finish?
Okay. Yeah, can I finish?
Sure.
Go ahead. I'm
Cougs.
done.
You absolutely hit it on the head, because I commented on this on Twitter and Facebook and when I saw the news. It's one thing if you're a shock jock trying to make some kind of hay in the way that we know Josh was always trying to do. And Josh was literally, he wasn't wrong. Like, I think that the biggest misconception about people is that when you work for a team that you can say whatever you want and you can criticize a team when they're not playing well. Glenn Davis cares. Glenn Davis is soccer in this town, and you can't tell me there's anybody that's even close. And Glenn Davis, when I tell you that I've known Glenn for a long, long time, and Glenn and I used to go running 4 nights a week, and my challenge was I would start with a topic that I thought there's no way Glenn can get back to soccer within 2 blocks. And within 30 seconds, we were somehow roping this back into another soccer conversation. So Glenn, soccer is Glenn's world in a lot of ways. But everything that I've ever heard Glenn say, and then after shows, because we would get done and hand it over to Glenn, Glenn would tell us flat out, like, this is what they're doing. This is what's going on. And this is what's driving him nuts, because it's completely opposite of what they should be doing. He is so passionate because he wants Houston to not just have a World Cup. He wants to see the Dynamo succeed. It's all he's ever been about. And the fact that when they don't, and he sees how they could do it differently and they don't do it, and he even had Chris Canetti on his side, or whoever their director of soccer is that he used to have on the show, like, they flat out understood it. But now you get an ownership that just decides this guy's got to go. Like, the one thing that I tweeted out that I also put on Facebook, if you don't have a significant frontman star type player that everybody wants to hear from and can recognize and talk to every day, you better be lucky enough to have Glenn Davis. Because Glenn Davis was that guy for that franchise and has been for the last several decades. And Glenn Davis, all he cares about is soccer in Houston and seeing it succeed.
That's it, literally. And I think it's hilarious that you would try to get him on a topic that he couldn't get back to soccer.
Oh, I had so much fun with that.
That is so funny. It's so true. You're like that with basketball. So there's...
No, I'm not. That's the stereotype that I get that's unfair.
Can I finish?
Plus, I wasn't allowed to talk about it for 3 years.
I know. Donna, thank you for the 50 bits. And then she sent one for Joel separately.
Sounds about right.
Thank you for the 1 bit, Donna. Posh, thank you for the 69. I like appreciate you guys. Thank y'all for the, it says a treasure train, but it's really a hype train. But thank you guys for that, man. 1 sub, 623 bits. Y'all love the shit, man. Much love to you. Glenn was the franchise is so accurate because, like you said, there was no face. You know, like, you have to have somebody on your team, especially in America, that people know or people can recognize. And the Dynamo really never had that. The most famous soccer person in this town was J.J. Watt's wife. You know what I mean? Like, you have, especially in this town, there's a large Hispanic population. This could be a great soccer town. But the Dynamo just shit the bed in a lot of ways. And this is just another example of doing that. Get you a star. And if you don't have one, get somebody that people can go to. And that was Glenn. So there's
no doubt. And I think that you mentioned
that's a good
JJ's
one.
wife.
Brian Ching was the last one. Yeah, what was it? I can never say it right, but Kaleo High or something like that. I butchered it.
Yeah, Kalea.
Yeah, you butchered it too.
But
it's okay.
Yeah, I did. But they also had the midfielder from the Olympic team. They ended up trading her away because she wanted to play closer to home in New Jersey for a little while. But we're talking about the Dynamo and not the Dash. And
right.
And the fact is that You just re-signed a guy that got suspended for spitting on someone. Like, that's the kind of front person you want? That's the attention that you want to draw to your franchise? It's embarrassing.
Yep. Brian Ching is the one guy that, yes. Brian Ching was the face of soccer in this town for a long time. But that's it. I mean,
And I'm not a soccer guy, and I admitted that to Glenn, but I respected his love for it. But
Same.
You know, there was a Brad defenseman named Brad. But again, if I can't remember the name, then your front person isn't good enough.
Right. 100%. Hey, what up, Chuck? Good to see you, Chuck D. What up, Flip? The good thing is, even though Glenn's not doing play-by-play for the Dynamo, he still does his show. Somebody asked, did he do a show yesterday? Yep. He still did Soccer Matters. He still does Soccer Matters. And I think that's key. And now he can be gloves off if he wants to with the Dynamo. I have a feeling Glenn was holding back a little bit.
Oh, absolutely.
And now you're going to get the real truth, which is great.
You drilled that. That is absolutely the facts. Like, the Dynamo think that they've eliminated an internal problem by doing this. And what they didn't realize is they've created a bigger problem for themselves, because now he has no any kind of inclination to put the brakes on.
You don't have to. I don't work for you no more. I can say whatever the fuck I want. But Glenn is so classy. Glenn will never burn a bridge. You know what I mean? Glenn's not going to trash the Dynamo in a way that I might. But what he did, I loved his post on Facebook because it was very matter of fact. It wasn't irrational. It wasn't emotional. It was just, hey, I cared about this team and I wanted to see a win. And sometimes you have to criticize people and sometimes people don't like it. And it was like, yeah, welcome to the business, I guess. But Glenn deserved better from the Dynamo. That's, I think,
like Dave Doris said, that won't Glenn still have things to do for World Cup? And Glenn's going to have plenty to do. This isn't about Glenn being short on work. He's still going to do his show until this World Cup passes. And he's gotten screwed over by Fox Sports, too. I don't know if he's ever told and elaborated on the story, but they screwed him over when he was calling World Cup games. Like, Glenn has been there, done that. And everybody outside of Houston realizes if you want to know something or talk soccer in the city of Houston, Texas, it's Glenn Davis, and that is number one by a landslide.
Not even close. Really, if you want to talk soccer in America, he's one of the preeminents. I mean, he's that good.
He knows the whole world, but you're right. Everybody knows that if you want an expert, and especially if you're going to be in the city of Houston, that's where you start.
Yep. All right. Now, before the break, we promised that we would rank the jobs available in the NFL as far as head coaching jobs go. So we are going to do that now. Let me pull this. That's not what I'm looking for, you dumbass. All right, here we go. So we're going to rank them. It's the available jobs are Arizona, Atlanta, Baltimore, Cleveland, Las Vegas, Miami, the Giants for now, Pittsburgh, and Tennessee. So those are the available jobs. And here is our ranking board. So Joel, I'm going to let you take first stab at it. You tell me. So S tier is like God tier. That's the best of the best jobs. And then this would be like the second tier down and then on down. So D is like the worst job available of all of these. And there's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Even if you have a bidet?
Yes, even if you have a bidet.
Just say. See, here's the thing, and I want to kind of peel back.
Okay, 9 jobs available. Looking
at the bidet, I want to peel back the curtain and say, unlike what I used to do to you when you were filling in on the old show I used to do, I would not only send you the rundown and the access to it, but I would send you the access to it so that you could get in on it. But because your response to me is always very slow, you sent me a document that when I tried to open it says you need permission, and I asked for permission 8 times, more so than when I was trying to get my allowance or trying to go stay out past 10 o'clock.
I gave it to you.
And I never got a response. No, it's too late. So now I've got to do this live. We'll do it live, Barry.
It's never too late, Joel. Graphic. Oh, you asked from the wrong one. I sent it to another email. I see you on Gmail.
Yeah,
I
let's
didn't
not
send it
air
to
that
Gmail.
out. Thanks.
Huh?
Okay. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
regardless, just put up the teams and I'll
Yeah.
do the deal.
Now what? All right.
No, because that's on you. You're the
No.
one that's coordinating all of this mess.
No, it's not on me. It's on the producer. Fuck. All right. Okay, here we
I
go.
heard the intro credits. I know it's all on you.
All right, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna load all your choices on screen here, in the top tier, and we'll move out we'll move them around as necessary. All right, so Atlanta, Baltimore, Cleveland, Las Vegas, Miami. Let me move this up. Las Vegas, Miami, the Giants,
Pittsburgh.
Yep, the Giants and Pittsburgh and Tennessee. All right, so that should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so we'll just move all these up here, and you tell me, starting with like best or worst. What's the worst job?
So
of all
you
of
hit it on the head. Best job is the one that he can't have, which is Baltimore.
Okay. Is that the
Because you got
only one
everything in
that
place.
belongs in that tier?
I kind of believe it is. I think that Atlanta's close, as I mentioned earlier. I just think that you still have some things you have to iron out. So I would say Atlanta is probably right below
Okay.
Baltimore because they didn't make the playoffs and Baltimore did, and because they've got a quarterback that's an MVP, and you got to figure out what you want to do with that situation, though both guys I think can play to some extent. From there, it's a shit show besides the Dolphins, maybe, but because you don't have clarity on Tua and you've got
Tua
a new
ain't coming
general
back, bro.
manager. No, but I'm saying, but you got to get rid of him. Otherwise, it's just a whole lot of money sitting there limiting you from making your team better.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And Quinn Ewers ain't that guy yet.
Nope.
And I think that's why you're going to look at a guy like Malik Willis in a situation like Barry. You make that face, but he made himself so much money at the end of the year filling in for Jordan Love and all the things that he showed he could do that he's going to get paid well by a Miami or a Pittsburgh or a team that's got talent that needs someone that can at least bridge the gap and keep them competitive. It's kind of like Daniel Jones, but without all the fumbles and fuck-ups.
But you honestly think that he's going to be like the next Sam Darnold type? Ain't no way.
I'm not
bro.
saying that. I'm saying that if I look at how many different people have tried to fill the chair in Indy until you found Daniel Jones. And when he went out, Phillip Rivers was called upon. Like that tells you how desperate they are, but how they couldn't find a guy. If you
Daniel
take a
Jones,
guy that, and I believe Daniel Jones has talent, okay, but he's not available.
No. But what I'm saying is, I think he's better than Malik Willis. That's the thing. Is like that dude's a backup. Daniel Jones was a starter. Should have been a starter.
I disagree with you. I think next year Malik Willis is going to start for somebody.
Well,
and I think that
that doesn't mean he should. Will and should, two different things.
I think if you, like I said, if you go back and me, I watched every down that he played.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just telling you right now, Malik Willis can run a football team, and whether you want to call him a game manager or not, he's better than most quarterbacks in the league at running the football.
Okay.
But he's also become a pretty accurate, pretty damn good passer of the football. He almost beat the Chicago Bears all by himself for more than almost 3/4 of the game the second time they played with everything on the line. And then until he got his shoulder all jacked up. He's going to get a starting job somewhere, and he's not going to suck. I'm just telling you.
Okay.
But I think
we'll see. The best believe if he starts sucking, I'm going to let you know.
Right. And best believe if he doesn't, I'm going to let you know.
All right. Where are we putting the Dolphins at? B, C, or D?
I think so. Baltimore and Atlanta, you have a tier A. Okay, I'll leave it there.
No, tier S. So Baltimore is by themselves in tier S. Atlanta's in the second tier down.
Why is
but
it
you want to move
alphabetical
Atlanta up?
for an S? Why is it? What's the S?
So
Why'd
it's
you
just
make it an S?
I didn't do that. This is like a generic internet tier ranking. I don't know what S
is for
stands
stupid.
I know.
Top shelf would be Baltimore, and then Atlanta should be like a half a tier below it. But because Harbaugh can't pick Baltimore, you can put him on A, and I'll be fine. The second level to me would be the Dolphins and the Steelers, and then because of the fact that the Raiders have an owner willing to spend and they don't have a whole lot they have to get rid of. I like the Giants situation too, don't get me wrong, but just for a guy like Harbaugh, until I know what his objectives
This
are.
isn't just for Harbaugh. We're ranking the open positions. We're ranking all of them for all head coach. Like if you were a head coach, where would you want to go? So not just for Harbaugh.
I think Atlanta and Miami are there. I think Pittsburgh, because they still have a really good defense and they've got a number one receiver, a really good tight end. They can get a running back, and I think and figure out their quarterback, and they could be fine. So I think that leave that the way it is right there, and then put the boy. And see, now you're getting into it.
Mm-hmm.
Tennessee might be better than the other two because they don't have to unload dead weight like Deshaun Watson and Kyler Murray.
Mm-hmm.
And anybody that thinks that Kyler Murray is the best athlete on the planet just because where he got drafted in both sports again. Well, that's
are we really leaving the Raiders
from somebody
in the
else?
B tier?
No, I'd put the Raiders next to the Titans.
Okay.
And then I would, because I mean, you got Crosby that you could either trade or play. That's a massive game changer in the D line. You've got an unbelievable young running back. You've got talent there with the Raiders too. I think the Raiders probably maybe are even better than Tennessee, but I'll leave it just the way it sits right there.
Okay,
I think
so
there's too many
this is your
problems
rankings.
Yeah,
This is how you would have it.
Cardinals. Who's going to give you anything for Kyler Murray? Like going back to our discussion on this, there's people that think that they'd rather have Malik Willis right now than Kyler Murray.
That's crazy talk.
I don't think it's crazy talk because Kyler Murray, whether you believe he likes video games more than football, or the fact that you look at his series of injuries over the last couple of years, and you look at the size of his contract, Kyler Murray's a lot of dead weight and baggage.
Okay. I'm changing it up for me now. Let's see here. I got Baltimore and the Giants in tier S. I would put...
You like the Giants better than the Falcons?
Yeah, and here's why. All of these down here, every single one of these has quarterback questions. As a head coach, I don't want to go into a situation with a question at QB. At least with the Giants, you know who it is. You know what it is.
Yeah, but you can cut Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, but you're still left with Michael Penix,
Cousins.
and I don't know that he's much better. I mean, he wasn't exactly lighting the league on fire before he went out. You know what I mean? He was just mid.
You can find somebody else. You can go out in free agency or I don't know what their draft situation is.
Who are you going to get? Kyler Murray?
No, I'm talking about there's you can find some guys that could be out there that could, like, again, bridge the gap. I think that Malik Willis could play well in Atlanta.
Okay. Well, you're going to have to convince me on that, but I'm going to go, let's see.
I'm afraid the only way to convince you is to see what happens when they find a quarterback, and especially where Willis plays.
Yeah. Also, the Ravens' talent is on the decline, so they should be B or C if looking forward to the future. Yeah, but you still have
Derrick Henry.
Yeah,
and their
two-time MVP. A lot of their defensive deficiencies early in the season were because of injuries. They picked it up down the stretch.
Two good tight ends, a solid offensive line anchored by one of the best centers in football.
Everybody's getting older.
No.
I mean, like, the Giants are obviously young across the board. There's three skill positions on offense are all rookies, but I think they're in a really good position, and defensively too. I'm struggling with, should anybody be in this tier that's left? And I really don't think so because of quarterback situations for all of them. Now, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do it like this.
feel like I'm watching you play Connect Four.
I'm kind of happy with this. I don't know. I think I did this the other day and it was different. I just, when you think about quarterback issues, and you also have to take into account ownership. That's why the Browns are on D along with the Raiders and the Cardinals. Like
Deshaun alone, ownership and Deshaun, that should be a
Right.
complete stay away from.
But that's also why I have the Steelers so high. Is if the Steelers just had a quarterback, like not an old 40-year-old guy, bless his heart, but if they have a legit QB, they're pretty good. They've got some talent. They got a two-headed monster, a running back. They've got Freiermuth. I mean, defensively they're solid. So Steelers have a lot going for them.
A great defense.
Just need a QB. And like you said, there's a ton of talent on the Falcons, so I'm okay with leaving them there. If you weren't here, I probably would have put them in the C tier, but you talked me into moving them up to B. But Dolphins and Titans, I think, are...
Don't you think Pittsburgh's fixable, though? Because, well...
That's why I have them there. Yeah, 100%. Ownership is amazing.
I think you can
They'll
get some
spend
secondary
money.
help in the draft. Yeah, and you can... I'm not as in love with their running backs as you are, but I think you could find another running back. I just feel like Pittsburgh is quick fixable. Atlanta's quick fixable. Miami could be quick fixable. Now, if you want to tell me that Fernando Mendoza added to the running back from Boise State that really looks good, and two great tight ends, and you go and find yourself a number one receiver and Crosby and the guys you got on defense, Raiders could be fixable. I think Pete Carroll was just over his head with a game that's passed him by.
Yeah, I'm with you. That's why I'm kind of struggling here. I'm like, man, they have the number one pick, so they're going to get Mendoza. Ashton Genty is who you were thinking of.
Yep, that's him.
Man, you're right in that, like you said, Crosby, you feel like there's some talent, and you hope that maybe Brady has a say and kind of knows what he's doing.
I
if
think
you're a
he
Raiders
does.
fan.
I think you've seen that he does. I think Brady was the first one to tell Davis, hey, I know you got a sexy name in Pete Carroll, but he ain't it.
Right. So I think I'm okay with this. Like, I think I'm okay with this. And the reason I have the Browns ahead of the Cardinals is that defense is just so good. I mean, when you got the all-time sack leader, you're in good shape.
You got a good corner. You got a really above-average corner. You got some pieces
not all-time.
now,
I should say single-season sack leader.
But like you said, you've got an ownership that's off the rails.
Mm-hmm.
You've got to figure out not only figure out what you're going to do at quarterback with Deshaun, which because of contractual obligation looks like he's going to get every chance to start, but then you've got the shit show behind him with all the extra exposure Shador brings, and then Gabriel, who was drafted higher, and then that constant circus of who's playing and why is one playing over the other, all the other BS you don't need as a coach.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Didn't he win Coach of the Year 2 of the last 4 years and he got fired?
Yep. That tells you something. Wall said you have about a 2-year window in Baltimore if Lamar adapts well to a new offense. And I think he will. We're going to get into that next. We're going to talk a little bit about best fits for each of these jobs. That is according to CBS. And here's that list. We'll just get right to it. I'll kiss my ass.
Oh, geez. Look at this.
Pause.
Come on, cheapy. Fix it. And why are we doing CBS Sports? I was told that you never should go on CBSSports.com.
Well, I don't know who told you that, but on this show, we don't give a fuck. We just find sources. So this is NFL head coach matchmaker. This is who this Tyler Sullivan thinks should be the head coach for each of these openings that we just ranked. These right here. Okay. He suggests Robert Saleh for the Cardinals, and that's a name that I forgot about. But if we were ranking head coaches that should have a job next year, he's on my short list. Robert Saleh, I think
I have not forgotten about him, and I mentioned on Twitter a couple weeks ago that I thought he was a guy who's going to get a look. And to be honest with you, Barry, from what I've heard, I've heard that the Raiders were very close the last time they had an opening to hiring him, and I've heard that they love him, and I think that based on what he did after losing Bosa and Fred Warner and a lot of guys on defense for the Niners, I think I got Robert Saleh going to the Raiders.
To where?
Raiders.
Not any team that gets Robert Saleh I just think Robert Saleh is probably like, man, I ain't going anywhere where the ownership is sus, which is why
And the
Robert Saleh
quarterback
to
who's getting paid a lot of
Pittsburgh.
money.
Robert Saleh to Pittsburgh, that could last a long time, because that's the thing
Well,
about Pittsburgh.
okay.
So, and we'll get to who they suggested, but anybody that takes the Pittsburgh job, you are planning on them being there for the next 15 years.
No
That's
doubt.
just
I was going to tell you
how
that earlier.
organization operates.
If you're looking for job security, and again, a guy like Saleh, for as good as he was as a DC when he took the Jets job, the Jets job is a stain that he's going to have to live with, whether it was his fault or not. So he needs to know, I might not get many more opportunities wherever I go after this one. So I need to make sure I make the right choice on this one. For that reason alone, I agree with you. He should consider Pittsburgh if they want him, simply because as a D coordinator, I'd love to play defense with the pieces I already have on the roster. And also because I need a little job security, because the Jets thing was a shit show.
Yeah, 100%. If you're him, of all of these people, you're the most snake bitten by shitty ownership, because you look at the job he did in New York, bro. With the quarterbacks that he had, he still kept that team competitive. Even when the offense sucked, they were still stout defensively and still won in spite of their
Aaron.
deficiencies.
Remember that now. He had Aaron, and it's a different ball game when you're talking about the guys that Aaron Glenn was terrible this year, but Aaron Glenn had not a whole lot to work with.
Yeah, well, look, and you don't know, but I just feel like if Robert Saleh would have been the Jets head coach this year, they would have finished with a much better record. I just think that, yeah. So this says Arizona gets Robert Saleh. Atlanta Falcons, Mike McDaniel.
Well, I like it in terms of an offensive-minded head coach that has a whole lot to work with. I like the fact that if you give him Bijan Robinson, and then, like I said, from Kyle Pitts to Drake London to everything that they have offensively, I think there's a whole lot to work with in Atlanta, and their defense quietly has been developed through the draft, where they're really talented. And you let the mad scientist go in Mike McDaniel. I just worry about him as a head coach. I think that he's a great coordinator and knows the offensive schemes better than most in today's NFL. I think as a leader, when you saw his entire locker room basically shitting on him, and basically even his quarterback, like, you have to have real concerns about his ability to lead men in a professional setting. But I think just as a guy that would run that offense, that's a perfect fit.
And you're right, because there has to be a balance, right? Like, when you have a coach, like, no longer are guys going to want to play for guys like Bill Parcells. Those days are gone.
True.
Right? I mean, this is a whole new generation, much more sensitive. I don't give a shit that it's football. They're still sensitive. But they also have to respect you as a man. And Mike McDaniel's super nice, but he was weird and goofy and nerdy, and I don't know that they looked at him and thought, he's our leader. They probably looked at him and thought, he's cool. But they don't look at him as a leader necessarily. But a guy like DeMeco Ryans, he goes right down the middle. DeMeco gives you that tough fatherly love, but you never feel like he hates you, or there was a post I saw, somebody asked, dude, why don't you yell and cuss at your players? He goes, because these are grown men. They're not going to respond to it. First of all, I can get my point across and be passionate without cursing. I can remain a Christian and still be a good head coach. And I was like, oh shit, that makes a ton of sense. And I think guys like him,
and great radio announcer.
Vrabel's a little more towards the Bill Parcells side than the Mike McDaniel side, if DeMeco Ryans is the middle, right? But again,
here's the thing where McDaniel got sideways in Miami. You can wear the high inseam pants and the designer glasses and drive the Bentley and do all those things and be the Miami type head coach. But then you've got to have control of your locker. When your locker room is calling you out saying, hey, if we're playing in cold weather and you're telling us to go out there and play our ass off, but you're shivering and biting your bottom lip and complaining to the world that you're too cold to coach, like, that sends the wrong message in itself. And that gets more to just like a guy like Tua that basically called him out and said, yeah, a fresh start would probably be great for me and probably great for everybody else, because he didn't like how he was being coached. And then the minute things went wrong, he kind of made Tua the scapegoat to try and save his ass.
Well, what's interesting is Tua needs to be thanking his lucky stars that McDaniel showed up, because he had one foot out the door before Mike came in and said, "Be you, you're great." And that's how he ended up turning it around for a while. All right, let's keep rolling because we only got 15 minutes left, and I do have a hard out at 5:00. I have a show in Kemah tonight.
Well, I bet you have a hard out.
Oh,
especially when you're using a bidet and then a bench.
I'm going to change your name to Funky Dirty Ass. Okay, you need to get a bidet. Baltimore, they're saying Cliff Kingsbury.
Pay attention to my light, bitch.
Yeah, I see that. I see it.
It's a little too bright.
It's a little bright. You're white, but that's
I got
real.
a dimmer switch, bench boy. Slow down.
While you're doing that, messing with your, so the Ravens, they have Cliff Kingsbury. It's not a bad idea. I worry about him as a head coach. There are some guys, Mike McDaniel is another one, that in the quintessential dude for me was Wade Phillips. Some guys just make great coordinators, but they're never going to be great head coaches.
This is why we make great radio. You stole the exact thought, and I'm happy for you to do it. That's exactly what I was going to say about McDaniel. Mm-hmm. I think that McDaniel is a guy that, much like maybe Cliff Kingsbury, maybe they are Wade Phillips. That's an absolutely fantastic analogy.
Yeah. So then the Browns and Jim Schwartz. I as soon as I saw that, I was like, this article has no credibility. Nope. I get what he's done. Okay. I get what he's done with Cleveland's defense. But first of all, there's a ton of talent there. Second of all you need to do is just look up his track record as a head coach. I want Jim Schwartz nowhere near my head coaching interview list. None. The dude was awful in Detroit.
Not interested. And let me just say this. If there's one job or maybe a couple of jobs in which everything would probably line up for Brian Flores, that's the job. Because now you can't throw the racism flag if Shador doesn't get it. And you know he's not afraid to tell his quarterback, bro, your ass, no matter how much you're making. And you know from a defensive perspective, if you watch that man coach defense the last couple years in Minnesota, you know he can do his damn job from that perspective. And if he gets, here's the thing. How about this scenario? How about if McDaniels does get looked over for a head job? How about if he takes the Cleveland job and then makes McDaniel his offensive coordinator, or Kingsbury, or someone with a really currently fresh offensive mind, and then says, let's go do this. One, your defense is going to be lights out. And two, if you get an offensive coordinator that can work with some of the pieces that you have and your organization can give you what you need to some degree, they're going to listen to that man in the locker room. Speaking of leader of men, they will listen to Brian Flores.
Yeah. This list has Flores going to Pittsburgh, which I found interesting.
Which again, if that's something that they're going to consider, Brian Flores, and again, based on the fact that he was suing the NFL, it's not completely over with. There's a lot of teams that want to stay away from him because of that and the volatility. If you want to talk about a fit from the standpoint of, hey, I can come here, and again, I got to be careful taking my next job too, because I really have issues that I have to overcome from everything that happened in Miami. You know that there's longevity, whoever takes that job. Mm-hmm. You know that there's pieces for him to do defense. You know that there's enough on offense if you just figure out quarterback. Yeah, I could see him go to Pittsburgh.
So they have,
and you don't have to deal with the dirty laundry of Deshaun and the whole backup quarterback situation.
Right. They have Clint Kubiak to the Raiders. And not that I don't love Clint Kubiak. I think he's great. Is that what the Raiders need? I
don't think so.
Yeah, I don't know what they need. I do know this. I know Clint is one of the big names out there, right? Like everything he's done in Seattle, his pedigree, all of those things. I think there's some jobs where you want to get the next, right? Like I always said, I think the Texans got the next Mike Tomlin and DeMeco Ryans. And it's not because he's black. It's because he's great, right? And so you're always looking for the next Dan Campbell, the next Vrabel, the next Tomlin, the next D'Amico Ryans. And sometimes you think you got it when you go out and get a guy like Mike McDaniel, and then you find out you don't. And some teams don't need that. Some teams just need an innovative young mind to come in and change things up. That's not what the Raiders are, I don't think. I think the Raiders need a proven guy that still can command a locker room. And that's where Pete Carroll, I think, failed some. Plus, game kind of passed him by.
I agree with what you're saying. I will just add to that. You don't want to go from taking someone off the AARP list that you found was too old and make the mistake of taking someone that's still prematurely, yes, like because of the fact that he's never been a head coach before. You don't know what you don't know. You know he knows offense. You know that he can take a veteran quarterback like Sam Darnold and make him successful. But again, do you know he can lead men? Do you know that he can work with young talent like the guys like Genty, like Mendoza, like the young guys that they're going to have to work with on offense? Can he do that and get results? Because it's one thing to say you can get the offense moving a little bit, but if you don't control the locker room, like that whole mess at the end of the year with Crosby where they said you're hurt, you can't play. He went out and started shooting buckets and showing you I'm not hurt. And then they wanted him to have surgery at the end of the year. And then they started talking about trading him. Like, we found out in a lot of ways this year that there's a whole hell of a lot more to coaching than just managing one side of the football you're good at.
Yep. 100%. Dolphins have Jesse Minter listed for the Dolphins. He's a Chargers defensive coordinator. He was in Michigan at the time, at one point with Jim Harbaugh. They talk about the ties between the two. I think Jesse Minter has done a fantastic job, but is he that sexy of a name?
Well, he's a young, up and coming. Yes, he's a sexy name for a coach. Yes. I think, is he the right fit for a situation like Miami where, again, you've got a lot of volatility, right? You've got a quarterback that wanted a fresh start. I think a lot of people assume that means that he's going to go play somewhere else. But what it really means is he probably wanted a new head coach. But Jesse Minter's a defensive coach. Jesse Minter has to deal with Tyreek Hill and whatever Tua is going to do, and the fact that you got an owner, like you said, that's going to be meddling, that's gotten himself into trouble in the past by trying to do too much. I don't think it's the right fit for Jesse Minter.
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't know who necessarily should get the Dolphins job, but I don't think it's him. We mentioned Brian Flores of the Steelers. And then the last one, Kevin Stefanski, who I also am in ranking the head coaches, I have him high up on that list too. I think he's a hell of a football coach. I think he got a raw deal in Cleveland because, like we mentioned earlier, you said he won 2 Coach of the Year awards in 4 years. Yep. You don't do that, then all of a sudden forget how to coach.
I'll tell you exactly right now, Barry. You just touched on it. Kevin Stefanski is a perfect fit for the Miami Dolphins.
Yep.
Kevin Stefanski did more with less. Now give him Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill and
Devon Achane
and a rejuvenated tight end in Waller and some guys on defense that can play, including some young guys they drafted, and they've got money. And if you can just figure out what to do with Tua, or maybe he's the guy that can get more out of Tua because he's done it with less, I think Kevin Stefanski is the perfect fit for the Miami Dolphins.
Yep, I'm with you. They have him listed at Tennessee, which Titan Hugo is like just putting everybody on notice that Cam Ward's going to be something special, so everybody better watch out. And look,
there's a mixed bag on that.
He played good down the stretch, but you know,
he's got a psychotically stupid owner, who is just completely overly fixated on the Houston Texans.
Yeah,
and he's got a new general manager, and you got to make sure there's synergy. But they need help for Cam.
They do. Which may be why Stefanski makes a good choice, but that's why somebody like the Clint Kubiak hire or Cliff Kingsbury going down there, if you really believe Cam Ward is it, then get one of those two to go down there. I mean, look what Kingsbury did with
Kyler Murray.
No, in Washington. Oh my God, Jaden Daniels.
Oh, you're talking about Jaden Daniels
with him.
Yeah.
So
I think that's a great call. But here's the thing. I think I was leaning that way anyway, simply because he's been a head coach before.
Mm-hmm.
And again, we don't know what we don't know about Kubiak. You do know from a Cliff Kingsbury perspective. Look, he had bad ownership. He had a tough situation trying to turn chicken salad, make chicken salad out of you know what in a lot of ways with a very, very checked out Kyler Murray. You give him Cam Ward, but then you also got to give him some of the keys, right? You've got to allow him in the decision making process to tell you what he needs and tell you to go get what he doesn't have, and an organization that's going to do it instead of an owner that's like too worried about, well, how does that match up with Houston?
Yep. B. Hannah said, well, somebody else thought that Will Levis was going to be good. So,
Well,
true.
don't get me started.
Titan Hugo said, my prediction, solid to the Titans and McDaniels as OC. That would be a really formidable
now you're
duo.
covering both sides of the football.
Yep.
And at least you have a guy that has head coaching experience. Like, I would think that Hugo, as a Titans fan, that should be your dream scenario.
Yep.
I don't think it's going to happen.
No.
Because I don't think a lot of guys want to work for ownership. And look what happened when you had Callahan. Callahan came in and was hoping to be the guy that could be free to work with the offense. But then Amy the Skunk came in and started blowing it all up. And then after she realized she probably overblew it up, then she started to try and now put structure in so that she's not as involved with a GM that you just hired and you're not sure what he's doing. I think it's a shit show in the front office.
Amy the Skunk is fantastic.
Amy Adams Skunk is what I've called her for years.
All right. The last thing is all texting, no tweeting is here. And he gets the final question / say in the chat. Because tonight, your Houston Rockets take on the Oklahoma City Thunder here at home. A rare home game for the terrible on the road Houston Rockets. And we need to discuss that.
This is the second of 5 in a row at home. They finally getting some games.
We need to discuss the next week why the Rockets are so bad on the road.
You don't do shows on Fridays, right?
Oh, huh?
You don't do shows on Fridays, right?
No show tomorrow.
You're soft. Okay.
All texting, no tweeting said, quick prediction from Joel and Barry. Do the Rockets beat the Thunder tonight? Sir, I'll let you go first.
I don't think so, but they do have some guys out. It would be a signature win at home that I'd like to see. Hartenstein's been out. They've had some guys out. I think OKC, because they've been there, done that, and because they're a well-oiled machine, I think the Rockets by the end of the year are going to be a well-oiled machine, but they're still trying to figure a whole hell of a lot of things out on the fly. And I just think that it's a tough matchup for them, but I think it'll be a close game. I think at home, it'll be a close game. I can't go out there and say on the record, I'd be thinking with a homer hat if I tell you the Rockets are going to win. I think it'll be a close game. I wouldn't be surprised if the Rockets win, but if I had to put money on it, I would put money on the Thunder.
Here's your injury report, because in a game like this, it does matter. Game time decision, Lou Dort out, Isaiah Hartenstein. Topic is out with a groin injury, but I think he's out until February. And then for the Rockets, obviously Tari Eason is out, and Dorian Finney-Smith is out, and then of course Fred. So Eason and
this Finney-Smith thing, Barry, keep an eye on that. From not only the fact that they were like, oh, when he comes back, he'll come back a little later before this, and he'll be fine. Not only has he not been fine, and he's not been good when they brought him back. Now he's out again, and they're trying to get him in shape. But he's making $15 a year. It's a multi-year deal. If you could trade him, you would. But who's taking him at this point? That could be a real backfire signing.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. If you look at points per game for this cat, for Finney-Smith, his highest
not as a
point.
Rocket. It's awful. It's terrible. Yeah.
6. That's his highest point total for the year. He's averaging 2.8 a game. From a guy who's supposed to be 3-and-D, you need better than that. And he's shooting.
That LeBron and everybody called him is Doe, but he's more Homer Simpson. Doe, because that's like a really.
He's shooting 26.9% from the field. Any correlation to the Rockets 3-point not from the field, from 3-point line? Any correlation to the Rockets 3-point percentage shooting plummeting when he comes back? I don't know, but it has been
part of it. But I also think a lot
bad.
of it is Şengün's been out too much.
Yeah,
and people don't realize Şengün facilitates a whole lot of open threes.
This is a straw that stirs the drink a lot of times. Indeed. I don't think the Rockets win this game. I think the Rockets are in the midst of a struggle. They were rolling, everything was great, and now injuries and fatigue and some of this other stuff has kind of caught up to them a little bit. Plus, they've been on the road a lot, but I think they're just kind of scuffling right now. So, and when you're in the midst of that, you ain't beating a team like the Thunder. Now,
they are, and you're right. I
Sure.
think the biggest thing is that they got to figure out point guard, and if
Yep.
they could figure out point guard, they're fine everywhere else. And Tari coming back, whether Dorian Finney-Smith contributes or not, Tari Eason's enough, along with the guys that they have. They're really going to be in a good spot if they can figure out. I thought that Holiday was the guy that in short doses could do what they need, and then he kind of shit the bed lately. I think they're going to explore hard the veteran guard market to try and figure out one piece they don't have.
There's the kiss of death for you. Titan Hugo said Rockets win tonight, so that's the kiss of death. B. Hannon called Şengün young Vlade Divac. And Dre had a great analogy and something that when you think about it, kind of makes you, but he said Dorian Finney-Smith is the Rockets' Joe Mixon. Great analogy, but also
it is great.
You know, it along those lines with Joe Mixon, it kind of makes you it makes you think, what would the Texans be with Joe Mixon this year? What would the Rockets be with a healthy Dorian Finney-Smith all year?
No, I don't think. I think that's where I think they've remissed. I think the Texans with a healthy Joe Mixon win the division and are a stronger candidate to go further. I think the Rockets with a healthy Dorian Finney-Smith still are dealing with trying to have Kevin Durant fit in and then figure out the synergy with.
I didn't mean Dorian Finney-Smith. I meant Fred VanVleet.
Oh, that's a great call. Yeah.
My bad.
Then
I was looking at Dorian Finney-Smith. I meant.
I think the impact's the same. Yep.
Texans with Joe Mixon healthy, Rockets with Fred VanVleet healthy. I think you're looking at similar trajectories where I won't say the floor, but the expectation would at least be conference finals.
Is Houston the curse of death? Because now you have Chris Paul's hamstring and Joe Mixon's foot and now Fred VanVleet's ACL. Oh, no.
Evil Death, you're banned from the show. What would be the Astros with a healthy Lance McCullers? Lucky.
Well, there you go. How about that tell me you don't watch Astros baseball without telling me you don't watch Astros baseball. MLB.com and MLB Network and Fox Sports and everybody penciling Lance McCullers Jr. into their starting rotation.
At 4. I'm like, what?
God.
Yeah.
Just
I was all over the comments when I saw it. I was like, yep, you guys don't watch Astros baseball at all. There ain't nobody penciling this cat in for anything.
The more people had blue balls for the return of Lance McCullers, blue ball might be a better opportunity to make the starting rotation.
Bro, this was so much fun, Joel. I'm telling you, this show flies by when we do it together. Another fun day. Appreciate you doing this. I hope everybody that was old usual suspects and whatnot enjoyed it. Plenty more of this to come in the future. We've already discussed. So let's just keep it rolling, man. You got anything you want to say before we get out of here?
No, I appreciate you as always. And it's always just like you said, it's just easy to do shows with you. I always love working with someone that will always be a friend and family member and someone I trust. And that's why we put out the product that we can put out.
There you go. All right, that's Joel Blank. We'll do this again next week, I'm sure of it. So be looking for that. And on that note, what up, Charles? On that note, oh, by the way, Total Dallas,
love you, Donna.
Total Dallas, thank you for the $1 super chat. Joe Pro, thank you for the 3 bits. He said, thank you, gentlemen. Great show. Much love, Joe Pro. Much love to all of you. And we will see Joel. I'll see you next week, buddy. Thank you, man. Y'all get up for Joel Blank.
Have a great week.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a week. Let's call it. Thank you guys for joining. Really appreciate y'all being here. Thanks to my buddy Joel for doing this. I look forward to doing a lot more of these in the future with him. Maybe we'll rename the show. You never know. All right. Have a great weekend, man. We didn't even get to college football. Well, we'll have to do it Monday before the game and talk about our picks for college football. In the meantime, man, you guys have a fantastical, wonderful weekend. Enjoy all the sports, and we'll see you on Monday. Until that time, do me 3 favors, would you? Be safe, be kind, and most importantly, love each other. Hey, thank you, Joe Pro. I'll see y'all next week. Joe Pro said, damn good week, Laminac. Now go tell some dick jokes. That's the plan, brother. My back itches. I can't reach it with my hand. Good night, Evil Death. Ivan, love you, brother. I will see y'all. Uriel, much love, man. We'll see you guys next week. Bye, everybody. Daddy's making a YouTube video.